Welcome to the Wednesday Warrior Wrap-Up, where we take a look at some of the awesome news and reveals of this week. First up on the Wednesday Warrior Wrap-Up, we have a look at Hasbro Pulse's Power Deals Days, which will be going till, I believe, July 16th from now, and it is a handful of items, not a huge amount, but a handful of items that went on clearance for about 20% off. From what it sounds like, if you're in the years past when they've had these deals, you needed a code to put in to get extra discounts as a premium member or a standard member when you did checkout of a certain amount. It looks like they're doing it a little bit easier this year. If you're signed in as your premium member, you'll see the prices the way they're going to be for you. If you're a non-premium member, the prices will be the non-premium price, and you'll just put them in your cart and check out. There's no like codes or anything else like that. You just have to log in as a premium member or non-premium member to see the deals. There's quite a few things here not shown because there's just a lot, but there's some exclusives from Comic-Con last year, and there's some exclusives from like store stuff, like the Disney Store Star Wars exclusive pack of the Legend stuff was there. And this is of course because right now it's the beginning of summer and everyone is doing stuff. There's the Prime Day stuff going on, Target Circle Week is going on, Walmart Plus is going on, everyone's doing sales, so Hasbro got in on it, and there's some pretty good deals there if you are missing some of these items or you skipped out on them because you're waiting for them to go on sale. I know 20% isn't a lot of a discount, but that's pretty much what Amazon was having for most of their stuff when it comes to collectibles. But yeah, really cool offerings if you're looking for stuff from Hasbro. And on top of that, in more Hasbro news, today and yesterday there were some reissues of items that were apparently a little harder to get for some people. I mean, I won't say apparently, they were harder to get. First up was on Tuesday was the Transformers Studio Series 86 Blaster Target exclusive. Well, now it's everywhere. It's on BBTS, Entertainment Earth, and on Pulse. Again, if you want to get it, perfect timing to get it right before they're about to probably announce stuff at the SDCC. I have a feeling we might hear something about a certain counterpart to Blaster because there were rumors that they wanted to do an updated version of Soundwave. So I kind of thought if they ever did a Studio Series 86 Soundwave, they'd reissue this. And given the fact that we're about to head into the big week of Comic-Con, I have a feeling maybe that's why they did this, because anyone who missed out on it will buy it. And then next week or in 2 weeks, they'll be surprised to see that there will be the Soundwave to counter Blaster. So really cool. And then Star Wars on Wednesday, aka today, did some reissues of the Phase 2 Clone Trooper, the Force Unleashed Starkiller, a Vintage Collection Darth Revan, and then a Black Series Darth Malgus, I think it was, which was actually one that I missed out on, so I was excited to pick it up. So now they didn't do it this week, but last week they surprisingly never talked about, but they did reissue another Star Wars The Old Republic Sith character. I think it might have been, oh god, I can't remember his name. He's the red suited one. So now I'm just hoping they reissue the female Jedi character, because that was the only other one that I missed from the Old Republic stuff. But yeah, lots of cool reissues. I'm wondering if any of these reissues have, teases to what we might see during Comic-Con. Maybe there'll be more Old Republic figures announced, which would be really awesome. Maybe some more Legend stuff. And then maybe we'll see Soundwave, so my fingers are crossed for that, because I know that Mark and Evan said they wanted to make a new Soundwave because the Netflix one / Legacy one / Dramatic Capture one was during the John Warden era of design, and the Blaster's a little bit taller, so they want to balance it out kind of like Megatron and Optimus, so I'm really excited. And in Walmart / Marvel news, the Walmart Collector Con is going to be July 24th. I believe it is at 10 a.m. Pacific time, 1 p.m. Eastern time, and we knew we were getting a reissue / updated version of the Gamerverse. I think it's the Module Suit Spider-Man. I could be wrong. And we knew we were getting, the Night Force 2 pack and some other characters from the Marvel and from like Transformers. We don't know for sure yet, but we knew we were going to get different things like the last Walmart Collecticon. And comicbook.com, I believe it was, broke the news that we are also getting another Marvel Spider-Man, and it is that of the Hellfire Gala Spider-Man. So this is the, dress your best superhero event where all the superheroes go and they wear really cool outfits. And I don't think we've ever gotten a figure technically, unless you count Emma Frost, because she does wear a lot of different outfits, so you could count any of the Emma Frosts that came out. But even that, you know, is kind of on the edge of that. But this is, I think, our first Hellfire Gala character and costume of that event kind of thing. And I'm hoping this opens up the floodgate for a bunch of cool figures for that. Because there's a lot of unique costumes that characters wear during those comics where they have that kind of yearly event thing. But this is just a really awesome looking Spider-Man. It isn't, I don't believe it's on the Maximum Spider-Man body or even the Renew Your Vows body, because there's no toe bend. I think this is on one of the various other Spider-Man bodies, but really cool. It can get into some really cool poses as seen here. So I'm very excited for it. I will definitely have the links for the Walmart stuff up when the day comes. It will be, I think, on the first day of Comic-Con technically too, so early in the morning. So that will be kind of, you know, fun. There'll be people getting excited about that at the same time as that. So I'm curious to see if we'll be able to see these in person at the event, so we can have some actual photos of it to show off and stuff like that. And over at Super 7, we got quite a few Godzilla items, and some of this is Comic-Con debut items, but some of it will be going to other places, like the Godzilla here. That's the Deluxe Godzilla, which is like the reaction line but done in like an Ultimates articulation style, not Reaction Plus, but kind of like Reaction Plus for Godzilla. And that will be a Target exclusive later on in the year. The rest of this, I believe, is on-site Comic-Con exclusives, but there'll probably be plenty left over to buy on super7.com, on their website and stuff like that. So there's a really cool glow-in-the-dark Godzilla that I'm tempted. That might be something I'll pick up depending on the price. It is just a reaction Godzilla. It's not like the other one. And then there's all these cool stickers, buttons, and shirts that are supposed to be about, you know, the safety bunker and take shelter when Godzilla comes through kind of, you know, motif. So I thought that was really cool. Very excited to see, you know, more and more Super 7 stuff get announced, because I was curious to see if when they had to do their layoffs of the action brands, if they weren't going to have any more, you know, Reaction or Reaction Plus or anything like that. But it seems like it's still going pretty well. It could be that we just have all this stuff pre-made before the layoffs and that will hit a dry spell soon, but hopefully that's not the case, because I really want more Micronauts and the characters that we got the Reaction Plus of already. So fingers crossed that all works out. It is Loose Collectibles. I could be wrong. Maybe there's so many different independent toy companies that are making really awesome figures, with Big Bad Workshop and Fresh Monkey Fiction to, you know, is it 52 Toys or New 52 Toys or something like that? That's a company that makes a lot of cool, you know, non-official products and also their own stuff. And then you got, you know, Four Horsemen Studios making their stuff. But this company here, which I'm point blank on, is making the item here we're looking at is the far right item. It is that of that big Bigfoot. I'm really excited for this. I don't know if it's going to cost, you know, upwards to 3 digits. I would hope not. I believe it's going to probably be closer to $80 or $90, but it might be $100. I don't know too much about it. I just know that I saw it when I was going through toy stuff this week and went, oh my goodness, that is right up my alley. I'm a big Bigfoot fan and cryptids in general. And you can see some of the other figures that have come out throughout the years that are big bulky characters, like the Sasquatch Build-A-Figure, the Hulk Deluxe figure, the Jekyll and Hyde figure, and not from Hasbro, but from the company that's making this Bigfoot, I think. And then just some other really amazing brooding big characters, and this Bigfoot towers over them. It looks amazing. It's very well looking, articulated wise. So I'm looking forward to more news and information about this product, because I'm very excited for it. I'm just hoping that I can afford it. But it is really cool. Move over HasLab vehicles and Ramen Toy vehicles and all those other companies that are making 1/12 scale vehicles for your Joes, your Marvel, and your other 6-inch figures, because Mezco Toys has just entered the arena with the Rambler, I believe it is the Rumbler, not the Rambler, the Rumbler, and its driver, the Death Adder. This is a really awesome reveal for the Mezco Con stuff they're doing that we've been seeing here and there, and I'm very excited for this. It is out of my price range, just like some of the HasLabs. It's about $325, and it's not so much price range, it's also space, because that's a big thing that, you know, I always talk about when I talk to, you know, young collectors at events and stuff. money is definitely a big part of it, but space is the next frontier of collecting. If you don't have enough space to display these things, you can't really fit them anywhere. There's no point in really buying them. And with all these big vehicles coming out from all these different companies, you could have a whole room filled with just vehicles on like shelves and stuff like that. But if you aren't collecting HasLab vehicles like the Rattler, the Hiss Tank, the Dragonfly, and the new and upcoming Snowcat, and you don't have any of the R.U.M.B.L.R Toys vehicles, like their version of an Engine of Vengeance, or their A-Team vehicle, or any of the number of amazing tanks they've been coming out with, and you're a Mezco fan, this is definitely something for you. It is about $325. It does say it's going to be free shipping in the US, so that's a bit of a bonus. But it is interesting to see that they came out with this right now, right before because it's available for pre-order right now. If you want to, it's in the links in the description down below. It is incredible looking. It's very detailed. It has all kinds of, little compartments and seating and stuff like that. And it comes with a figure, which is awesome. And when you think about it, Mezco figures are $97 most times, maybe close to $100. So you're really only looking at about a $250 vehicle when all is said and done, and you're getting free shipping. So I don't know, it might be, worth getting, because I know I was really excited about that green and purple, G2 Megatron homage tank from, I believe it was R.U.M.B.L Toys. But once again, it's like shelf space. You could put a vehicle on the shelf, or you could put a dozen plus figures in the same spot, posed out. So it's tricky. But yeah, really cool. I love the figure that comes with it. Anytime you got a snake creature figure or snake man figure is always fun, because you could always throw that in with your Cobra, or if you're a Marvel fan, your Serpent Society. So really awesome stuff. Let me know in the comments down below if this is something you'd be interested in picking up, or if it's something where you're like, it's a little bit, too big for my taste. I am a big fan of, play sets and vehicles, but at a certain point, at a certain scale, it gets a little bit harder compared to 3-inch or, masks, where it's, even smaller. And on that note, over at Loyal Subjects, as we were just talking about masks, the truck vehicle that I'm pulling a blank on right now, not the Rolling Thunder, that's G.I. Joe. But the mask vehicle that they have already come out with an exclusive variant through Comic-Con and Loyal Subject and BBTS is getting another exclusive variant in a black and gold 40th anniversary of mask motif. It doesn't come with the little kid and the robot, but it is this really interesting black and gold. It almost reminds me of like Nemesis Prime or the Linkin Park Prime that Hasbro did. But yeah, really awesome looking. It is available for pre-order right now on Loyal Subject. As of now, I think it's still in stock. It didn't sell out as fast as I thought it would. They even restocked the Comic-Con exclusive with the little kid and the robot if you want to pick that one up. And they put the rest of the figures on their site. So it looks like Big Bad Toy Store got an exclusive week of it, and then it went to Loyal Subject on their website. I'm sure they worked something out, but it's still not going to be anywhere else till later in the fall, where then you might see it at Walmart and other stores. But yeah, really cool looking offering. And over at McFarlane Toys, we got some awesome offerings, something that's available now, and some things that will be available, I believe, tomorrow, actually. First up is the thing I'm most excited about, the Fallout TV series, part of the McFarlane Elite collection, or whatever it's called. Lucy with dog meat. So this is based off the Amazon TV series. I think it's awesome. They even introduced a hand with her finger missing, which is very interesting, to see that as an accessory. But I thought that was a really cool call to the show. Really awesome figure all around. I'm definitely excited for the power armor that will be coming out soon. And then, of course, there's more Batmans. We have 3 Batmans here that will be going up for pre-order tomorrow on the 10th, I believe it is, of July. And it is that of I think it's the Azrael Batman suit, but in the Kenner toy era of Batman color scheme. I think it was also in the comics, but it's more of I feel like it's more of a callback to the Kenner toys, which I always like that, because Aaron Archer worked on that, who worked on Transformers, and he was an amazing, talented toy industry person who worked on that stuff. And I'm still looking for his rookie card Batman. That was the first Batman he worked on that looks incredible, so that I can one day have him sign it. And then we're getting 2 other Batmans, one that's a kind of futuristic suit Batman, and then one that has long bat ears, which is not my aesthetic for Batman. It's cool, and I wouldn't mind that if it was in blue and gray, which I think we might have already gotten one, and I'm just, there's so many Batmans I forgot about it. But yeah, really awesome McFarlane offerings this week that will be going up for pre-order, and I'm very excited for anyone who wants to add these Batmans to their growing Batman collection, because it's a lot and it's awesome. And I know we've talked about it before, but the Macross 7X Transformers collab from the Synergenex line officially went up for pre-order on Pulse. So I wanted to cover it because I know we've talked about it in the past, but it went up on BBTS, went up on Entertainment Earth, I believe, TF Source, all of those major e-tailers. This is an item that will not be in retail. I mean, I say that now, but there might be one that pops up at a GameStop or a collectible store in your area. But it is primarily a overseas exclusive that they're bringing over through Fan Channel and Hasbro Pulse, and it will be running you a lot more than I expected. I believe it's going to be running you about $200, so it is almost the price of a Titan class. So that's a bit of a bummer, but for something that is such a unique and iconic piece of toy history now, because we know everything with Harmony Gold and the whole struggles of Macross and Robotech and all that stuff, and how it kind of affects Transformers, because we are never going to really get I say we never, but now we don't know, but a reissue of the Jetfire. It's kind of hard when that's similar to a Macross and Robotech Veritech fighter. But with Missing Link and now this, I'm very hopeful we might get a Missing Link Jetfire / Skyfire, because if they're willing to do a collab with the Macross 7, maybe they'd be willing to do that and be like, yeah, you could use that mold, even though it will look a lot like something from our universe, since it kind of is. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, it's about $200, which is a Titan class price point. It does come with, I think the thing that really gets me is it's a jet, and it could become a jet trailer with because the stage becomes a trailer that the jet mode can then transform and carry like a car. So it's a car jet. It's wacky and awesome and interesting. And I feel bad that it's kind of so pricey that I feel like a lot of fans won't be able to enjoy something like this because of the price point and the difficulty to get it. But I feel like a lot of people who collect Macross and Robotech, who would be a fan of it, they know that, because everyone knows if you go on BBTS and you look at Macross and Robotech figures, you're looking at about a $200 price point. So really cool. Just wanted to cover it here real fast to let you guys know that it is available now on most fan channels and Hasbro Pulse if you are a premium member to get that free shipping. And speaking of Transformers and collabs, I am very excited for this one. It is that of the Lego Soundwave. And there's been rumors about this, talks about this, but now we have official product images, and it is, I believe, officially known. I am very excited for this, and I cannot wait, because not only is this one of the coolest, a lot of people go, when they think of Transformers, even if they're not a big fan, they think of Soundwave. I think they think of Soundwave more than Optimus or Bumblebee, honestly. And this is just an amazing set. It's going to be able to transform into the cassette player. It's going to have Laserbeak and Ravage that can also transform into cassette from animal mode. There's even a small Soundwave that will be able to be to scale with your Bumblebee and Optimus in vehicle mode. So if you want to put the little Soundwave on a shelf next to them, he'll scale well with them. And it's going to have, of course, a little plate that talks about it and all that stuff. And because of how Soundwave transforms, he will have knee bend, unlike the Optimus Bumblebee, which is really awesome. So I'm very excited for this set. Pre-orders should be going up soon, probably around July or August. I think every one of these have come out in late July, early August, and then shipped out immediately within the month. So I'm very excited for this. I will definitely put links up on my story on Instagram when it goes live. If you want to pick it up, you can go over and follow me there. And then when it goes up, I'll probably put it up and put it on the story, and then put it under Transformers, so you can pick it up whenever you want. I'm very excited for it. I'm hoping this will be available on the Lego store. If I'm lucky, it will be coinciding with the free little product, because the last two I bought, Bumblebee and Optimus, I got at the same time as they were doing a promotion, so I got a free little Lego, because this will be a bit pricey. It is going to be a triple-digit Lego set like the other two. I don't think Bumblebee was. I think Bumblebee was like 90 or 80. But Optimus was about 180, I think, and so this will probably be around the same price point. but I'm hoping they all scale well in robot mode and they look really cool, and I'm really hoping we get Starscream next, because I think that would be really cool to get. But yeah, really awesome set here I'm very excited for. And over at Jedi Toys, we got a look at the final and third exclusive of San Diego Comic-Con, and this time it is based off of Mega Man. Yes, I was really hoping for a serial character that had a variant exclusive, maybe a Tony Tiger wearing a different outfit, like a different Ascars in their different version, or, you know, Scooby-Doo. But this is just as good, if not better, but also kind of a bummer for people who want to troop build with them. It is that of the Mega Man minion monster, like little creatures. I don't know the names of them off the top of my head, but they're one of the common monsters slash bad guys you fight throughout the game, and it is a way for now us to bolster our levels of Mega Man. I'm really hoping someone out there is making 3D files for a Mega Man shelf display where it's like the actual side profile of the game, so we can add, you know, one of our villains at the end of the map on the far side, and then have all these guys around, and then have Mega Man, you know, on display. Once a day you can kind of move it around and change out the outcome of the level. That'd be kind of cool. So maybe someone out there do something like that for a cool like shelf display. But yeah, no, this is definitely a troop builder. It comes with quite a few of them right here, and you could probably buy up to 2 or maybe even more, and it will be going on their website next level, which is the Jedi Toys website, where you can buy it during the week of the con. I'm sure it will probably sell out, so you'll want to be on there the moment it goes live. I believe that will be on the 24th. Could be later on, maybe after the convention, but definitely something really cool. But it's also something I can't see people being too mad if they miss out on, because even though they are troop builders and they are in the game, you do get some with the deluxe Mega Man that just recently came out. I think you get 1, so they'll probably add these characters in, these little guys, into other figures. Maybe Proto Man will come with 1, or other versions of Mega Man. So I feel like there's a way to work around this if you can't get it. But yeah, really awesome set. And for the 5th week of the Target Geek Out, which we've been covering week by week, we got a look at some Legos. So this week was Lego based, and we got a Lego Wicket building set from the Return of the Jedi, or Ewoks if you want it to be, which is really cool. I believe it comes with a minifigure version of him with a little plate that talks about it, and this is just a really awesome set for any of you Ewok fans out there. And then we also got some little Lego diorama sets from Wicked. Funny, Wicked. Oh my goodness. Did they do that on purpose? I didn't even notice that till I was saying it right now. That is hilarious. Based off the Wizard of Oz story of Wicked, the movie that came out. These are little Lego sets. I'm sorry, I'm still just blown away by me not realizing that till I'm talking about it right now. That's hilarious. I hope they did that on purpose, Lego and Target. But yeah, all 3 of these sets, because the Wicked is 1 set, but then the Wicked 2 sets are separate, I believe. So you can buy all 3 on Target right now. I believe I have the links in the description down below if you want to pick them up if you're a big Lego fan and these are things that you think would add on to your Lego collection. I really like that Ewok Wicked, but those sets are a little bit pricier, and I don't know where I'd put that in a display, but it's really cool looking. And in comics this week, we think look awesome. First up is the Transformers Worst Bot Ever comic from Skybound Entertainments, and this talks about the Transformers Decepticon character Ballpoint, I believe it is. We saw a little taste of this during Free Comic Book Day. This is more of a kid's story with, you know, kid-themed Transformers and stuff like that. A lot less serious than the Skybound, you know, Transformers continuity part of the Energon universe, but it's really fun. I'm definitely looking forward to picking it up. And then next up we have It's Jeff, the Infinity Paw comic, number 1, which is of course Jeff, our favorite land shark, going on an adventure dealing with the Infinity Paw, which is like the Infinity Gauntlet. Really cute looking, another great title for kids. And then in excitement and getting ready for the Fantastic Four First Steps, the Fantastic Four First Steps issue 1 comic will be going up, and I'm very excited for this one too. I'm sure there'll be a little bit of teasers, but no spoilers hopefully in it, since this is coming out before the movie. But really cool looking. You got what looks like the you know, Mole Man and his monster fighting the Fantastic Four, recreating that amazing cover, but using the movie characters. And then finally, something really cool from Legendary is the Return to Skull Island, I believe it is. So get ready to return to Skull Island once again and enjoy the adventure with Kong versus some more Titans. We got this really cool looking squid kraken monster fighting him on the cover. I'm very excited for this. Looks really cool, and it's fun to see some, King Kong fun in comics and stuff like that, since we've been getting a lot of Godzilla recently. To see this, on the shelf, and just, I love the art here on the cover. But yeah, that's the comics this week that I thought looked awesome. Like always, don't forget to stop at your local comic shop and pick up your saver if you haven't already, and thank you so much. And in our creative corner this week, we have a look at an amazing artist on Instagram. When it comes to 3D printing and making awesome figures, it is that of _oak_customs on Instagram. And they have amazing and incredible custom figures, but most of all, custom vehicles. And the one that is like sticking out, that I know there's a lot of buzz on the internet about it, and when I found it, I was like, whoa, no wonder this is really amazing and people are talking about it. It is that of the Japanese Spider-Man Megazord mecha that fits the 1/12 scale 6-inch figure Spider-Man that came out from Marvel Legend. It is 1-for-1 for 1/12 scale. And it is incredible looking. It is as big as a grown man. It's just impressive, kind of like that Unicron that was popping around the internet a while ago. This is just incredible looking. It can fit the Spider-Man figures in the cockpit on the chest. It can, hold a weapon, and it just looks incredible. You can see all the images here on the right side. And then they've also even made the spider vehicle that the Spider-Man had from the Japanese series, which is really awesome. And then we also just have a lot of awesome custom figures, including the Spider-Punk and his team on their page. There's also the Ghost Rider from the prehistoric, or where he's got the mammoth of vengeance kind of thing. And then we've got the 2099 Ghost Rider. And then we also got a really incredible looking prototype print of a Sky Striker and a Night Raven, I believe it is. Just a lot of amazing stuff on their page. So definitely go check it out. See all the amazing printed items. They did Dreadnought bikes that aren't shown here, but they're amazing. So if you want to get your Dreadnought bikes, hopefully you can find the STLs and the print files. I don't know if they share them, but hopefully they do. I didn't see an area for that, but I'm sure you can go to their... I was enamored by all the awesome custom made toys and printed stuff. So if this is something you like, if you like custom figures, 3D printed stuff, which is what kind of caught my eye, definitely check them out. The link is in the description down below to their Instagram page. Give them the follow, give them the likes, the shares, share it with any friends that that like this stuff. It's getting a lot of buzz on the internet, so I'm sure a lot of people are already following them. I think they had like close to 30K, maybe 26K, I think, as of recording, but it's just going up because they have incredible work. They've done a lot of stuff before that Megazord that is awesome. But that's just such a big, amazing thing that it took a lot of passion and heart to make, and I think they killed it. It looks awesome, along with all the other cool stuff on their page. And that about wraps it up. Thanks for stopping by. If you have any comments, leave them in the comment section. If you're feeling generous, share it. And thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye.